I wish people in, well, right now I'm in Bay Area, California. I wish people would not give the money to the people at the shelters. Um, I wish they would give it directly to like my PayPal donation. You know, I wish. Um, it's just really unacceptable. I feel everything that goes on at the shelter in the Bay Area, California. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. I feel like I'm stuck there. I feel like the people who run the program are just like super enjoying all the money and all the fun. Um, and they're having too much fun just like watching us just go through like this horrible experience of losing stuff and just not having anything. And um, they don't really have that much to do with me owning a house, which a mortgage would be, I don't know, like $1,000 or something. And what would be even better would be, let's say, like you bought me a house in the country up in upper Louisiana or upper Texas. If you guys would put together and I saw one case of like it being 6.1 million or billion or something. And I just saw it from one of the funds that were given to the shelter. So if I could just get my cut of that and you guys give me a house, I could go crops in my front yard from what you call it, seeds, organic ones, and just like learn how to preserve the seeds and all of that stuff. And eventually just like make my own loofah business or something. You know what I mean? Or just like sell, such and such portion to somewhere at a farmer's market and actually have a job and a house. Okay, so you guys, you know what? You would make me so happy. You have no idea. And to grow flowers and make like loofah bombs or something. Like that has been my dream for the longest. What else? Just like a little tree here and there, making such and such and for such and such program. I would be so happy. I do not want to live at these programs with these people, and I really don't want to. And uh, I really, really don't. I appreciate all the donations. Um, I actually have a book for sale, which I came up with for myself, but I always feel like things are just like never um, like evenly anything, right? And I feel like people are just like really happy that I'm just like stuck there. And the program is like, I don't even know if it's 1 month or 3 months. Yeah, and could you imagine if you were the person, the recipient, getting that type of donation, and you could just do anything you wanted to? That's $6 million. I read it off of some website, and then we live in like San Francisco and stuff, and so the donations for those programs are a lot. Most of the people who are homeless are just like, what do you call it, on meth or whatever, and they end up just like so dazed out on the corners. And so obviously they don't have any money and don't do anything with the money besides have a severe issue and a severe addiction. And so obviously it's like they don't even get any of the portion. So the money is more so going to the people who are the owners of the actual event places for the homeless, and they get all that money, and I don't know what they do with it. They probably just go on very nice vacations and just like loads of other stuff. But we're just like stuck there as their like little experiment pieces of people. We're just like in the place, and then they treat us like we're retarded. Yeah, and we kind of sort of have like some people who are like have like really like issues, and they do come to those places, and when you see them, they just like it's just like what are they doing here? Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like you never see the end of the tunnel, and it's just like they started playing around with the stuff, talking about there's no funding for what do you call it, Section 8. The lists are closed. So the more that you look at it, the more that you kind of see that maybe these people are just really want your money like that bad. Yeah. Like they just want the donations, what is there, And you, like me, like that's what I'm saying. It's like I just don't want to be a part of it. I've always wanted my own life, and I've always wanted my own, my own section to just do everything like I've always wanted and dreamed to do. And um, like you just see the looks on people's faces. Like a lot of the time, it's just like we just have it like we have so much going on, and then we have like this showering program. And I was just like super lucky because I used my SSDI and I went to this very nice gym. And it's like I really just don't want to do all this type of stuff. I want to go to my home and I want to have a nice bathtub and I want to have a nice person or somebody or date and stuff like that. And to like come back and forth to my home with. And I want to make real progress with my actual family, like our relationship things and the things that we're talking about, the things that we talk about. And yeah, so, but yeah, otherwise, and it's just like they kind of like, I don't know if anybody who's watching this has ever really been around or been in a type of program that takes care of people who have like sort of a handicap or a large handicap or have sort those types of problems and things like that. And me, everybody already knows that I have my cancer and things like that. And um, yeah, so, but the thing is, I notice people and I'm around the people, right? And it's just like we don't want to be in these situations. you like we just don't want to be in those places. And the people who are in and out and fixing and doing all this stuff around there, and things like that. The people who come around and stuff like that, it's just like you kind of have this kind of like bumping of heads, I think. And it's just, yeah, or they just kind of seem like they have like a massive attitude or something, and you just don't want to like be bothered with them, like not really, because it's just like you kind of get this attitude. And it's like in a lot of, I guess, nursing homes or group homes for people who have like handicaps. Sometimes the workers, the nurses, are not that nice of individuals. Yeah, they don't see you as a person, they see you as a profit. Yeah, so they see the dollar signs and they see that they have to do these things during the job, and they don't really see you as anything in the program, but they see that they have to do the job, right? So they end up really doing a lot of things, and a lot of time they end up snapping on people, and, then it becomes like an abuse situation and stuff like that. And it's real and it's true, and it's a lot of you know all these lingering kinds of things like otherwise involved too, and and just like stuff like that. So it's the truth, and you just want to like stay away from it because um people tend to do that a lot. They tend to come in and just abuse power, and it's their power. You have a lot of power in a place where you don't have anything wrong with you. You've never had nothing wrong with you, and you come in and then you have a whopper load of funding. I don't know if it was billion, but I saw it on some website like last week. And I am trying to remember the name of the website, and I'll probably just like insert a photo, da da da, and you can see it for yourself. It's only one program. I see these things all the time. These people have so much money, it's unbelievable. And what are they doing with the money? What are they doing, and where is it going and stuff like that? And do you get to have any sort of say in where the money should go to, how it could really help you or something like that? Or do they just prefer the program keeps running because they're going to always have a safety net? Makes sense to me. Yeah, because you're just part of this program, and you're just part of this program thing. It's not about you being okay and you having a life or none of that shit. But it's 100% about them having, guess what? Them having a program and a job, and an easy ass job.
right? Where they can just dump all the rest of the information on, or dump all the rest of the anything negative comes up, they're gonna just dump it on you. Yeah. They're just gonna dump it all. Anything comes up at any time, it was not nothing. Nothing's their fault. Nothing is. So, but that's the thing, and I don't want to be a part of it. I never wanted to be part of it. I could have had my what you call it surgery, or my what do you call it, for my bladder infection. I could have went home. Okay, that would have been a great deal. I don't want to go into these programs that feel like some Nazi program is going on, where everybody is in this little building, whatever. You know how that makes me feel. Well, I'm telling you how it makes me feel. It doesn't make me feel okay. It does not. I don't want to have to feel like that. Why don't I have a freaking place to live in? You know, why not? And why is there always some big old, okay, there's an apartment, whatever, and stuff like that, and you're supposed to be able to, it's just too hard on people a lot of the time. It shouldn't be that way. So that's what I really feel and think about all of that. I don't want to have to deal with these programs. I don't want to have to deal with all this stuff. And these people, like, sometimes they get really mean. Like, I had a lady this morning. I was using a microwave at the shelter, right? So it's early and all this other stuff. So she comes in and she's just so aggressive. And she said, "Hey, you can't use the freaking microwave." But there was the way she talked to me. It was just like, am I that stupid to not be able to use a microwave, right? So if you have any protocols or anything else like that, per a person not using the microwave. Now, mind you, there was the head of the staff there like 3 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, and he said when I passed him up directly, he didn't have any problem with me doing the same thing, which was using the microwave. Okay, so she comes along this morning, and she's just, she's a regular staff personnel, and she comes and walks right up to me, and she almost acted as if she was going to take my stuff out and perhaps even do something else physical up around me or anything else like that. But I'm saying to myself, okay, I already talked to the more, more head staff. I already talked to them already, you know, and that person said no, it was fine already. And so, who are you? What is your job title, and why do you feel like you have such an authority or something like that? And so, no, she said that she probably would try to put in a request that I not attend the entire day program, just on the cause of me using the microwave to warm up a bowl of a top ramen soup in the microwave. She went all the way out just for that purpose. And I'm thinking to myself, it's too much. Like, she's just doing absolutely, that's just too much to do. But if she wants to do it that way, just because she feels like she has some kind of job to do there. And then she comes along and she said that she needed to heat up the oatmeals for everybody else who's coming into the building. Um, you guys just don't really. Okay, but here's the thing, though. Here's what I want to bring up. People could do what you want to do. Do whatever you like to do. I'm not that mean of a hard person. I've had hard things follow me in my life, and they were not my fault. If you want to be that way, by all means, be that way. Okay, by all means, do that and be that way. Just do it, because what is going to go around is going to come around. That's not fair. I'm going to tell you exactly like it is, like I'm your mother right now. That is not how you treat people who have had a hard time in life. That's not how you do it. But since you want to act like you're freaking 5 years old and 7 years old, and you don't understand morality and that direction, because you're a grown person standing in front of me, but since you want to act like that, like you can't understand morality in that way, I guess I can sit here and waste my damn time and actually teach you right now, because that doesn't make any dang sense at all. You shouldn't treat a person like that. Do you understand that? You are the grown 40 freaking years old person, and you're going to come stand here in front of me like you were 7 years old today. I don't have time for this stuff. I'm a grown person. I understand that already. You should have known that already. You're a grown freaking. That's what I really have to say about that behavior. because that's a behavioral problem where you're going out into society. I have a lot of things which I was going through and going on. I don't need you to come to me with all this patronizing and all this other stuff. I don't need all of that types of things like that. And you should have known that already. That is not appropriate for you to do at your dang, whatever you're doing around here. That is not okay. I shouldn't have to tell you that.